the Broncos will kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him.
Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
A nice job by the quarterback there, working through his progressions. Nothing open down the field, so he checks it down to his drag route coming from the slot receiver to get the completion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Gets it out fast. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. A little release to the back. And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
This opening drive, methodical, efficient. They'll snap it for the 9th time on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. They try to get it outside on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's in for the touchdown.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting the drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. So Boise State's offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Let's talk for a second about Boise State. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Back to pass, it's St. Clair. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Broncos send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. And here comes the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Wants to bring it back. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Sends it downfield, and they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
This might depend on the spot, but I think he's going to come up just inches short of converting that 3rd down. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, sudden change situation. You got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight. They didn't allow a touchdown, and they forced their opponent to kick a field goal. Nice job.
He'll return it. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off. A turnover in their own end.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
All right, offensively, you're not having a lot of success right now running this thing to the perimeter. The defense was there. They were ready for that. You made one guy miss. They still got you for a TFL. You might have to think about getting back to running between the tackles now.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Right on target the 1st time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. Field goal is good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. That's caught. It's Napier. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm
turning it on. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to...
Tons of room in the middle. Touchdown, Boise State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Syracuse is going to walk off the field there inside the dome with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time, and regardless the score, that W has to feel good. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Throws to the tight end. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. They marched to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. He's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Let's see what they've got on second down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Still on his feet. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. It's first down from the 37-yard line. The inside handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job on the base defense making it better.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Broncos really need to keep this drive alive on third down. He'll sneak it. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Probably the only people upset about going for it on fourth down, the punters, who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Not when you've got a running back like that. He just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on fourth down.
And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, another negative play for this offense. You've had the turnovers. You're throwing in the sacks. Like, they've got to do something better. They got to protect their quarterback, and they got to take care of the football. There's step 1 and 2.
And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Broncos have pushed it inside the 20. To the ground with the back. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Leaves it with the back. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Touchdown, Broncos! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Great job through the air for this offense. 2-minute situation, executing at the end of the half to go take the lead and take the momentum into halftime.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll go back to work on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You could tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
Right on money. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. It's good, easy call for the refs. And they go back on top. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Cincinnati, and we've had a lively first half.
Just about set to get this second half underway.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. He'll keep it himself. There he goes. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Gonna run it. It's Gaines. Runs through the tackle. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. Offense threatening 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll ride the hot hand. Thrust that arm out. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football, get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pick up. Just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Oh, what a cut!
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Trying to barge in. Touchdown, Broncos! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And the point after is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Slips through the line. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They'll start this drive going to the air, buying some time. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
It's complete on the right side. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago, now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
They'll run the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Fakes the grab. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again. And this one splits the uprights. That slices the lead to 2.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the wideout. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Man, when you go over the middle, you got to be willing to take the punishment. You're going to get hit a lot of times anyways, so you might as well catch the football. But his arms starting to look a little bit like Reese Davis when the check comes at dinner.
Got it in the middle. It's Napier.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback. And a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
No need to get cute there, especially when they allow you to push the quarterback forward, and they do, and get the first down.
Yeah, the quarterback just does a nice job finding the crease, right? Which side of the center am I going to go? I got to get low to the ground, and I'm going to have my buddies behind me trying to give me a little extra shove to go get that first.
Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
That's an incompletion, and really poor accuracy by the quarterback there. When you're throwing the ball down the field, you don't need to make it perfect, but you do got to put it somewhere around your receiver. You got to give him an opportunity to go up and make a play for it.
Looking to pass. It's St. Clair. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Broncos will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
They'll give it to the back. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll give it to him again. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Might as well give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
From the gun, running back on the move. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. They booted away. Special teams coming through as they pin him back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. That's caught, it's Napier. They're showing that toughness using the ground game to create breathing room. They've got it out to the 15. Still backed up pretty deep. It's 2nd and 5 from the 15. They go to the ground. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there early in completion.
We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. They could really use a few yards here on 3rd down because from here, it would be a 61-yard attempt. Got a man. It's Grant. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
And that's why as a defense, you want to set up 3rd and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football, and they're able to make a tackle.
This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. With this one, they can vault into the lead. And that is no good. And with that miss, still down by a deuce and missing an opportunity to take the lead. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires left. And this one falls incomplete, but I think the defense was in the neutral zone. It was a free play.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually.
Breaks into the open. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. 1st down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Broncos trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
On 3rd down, going up top. Gets away from 1. Across the 25, he's got room. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Boise State.
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the offense onto the field again. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off play action on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. And midfield, he's got room. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Here's a heat. pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be fourth down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters. And
he's looking deep. Intercepted, number 19. They'll bring him down at the 14-yard line, and that return of the interception has this offense with spectacular field position.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Breaks the tackle. It's these little moments like that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line. It'll be third and long. Looking for room. It's Gaines. He just refused to go down, kept finding space, and picked up 7. It'll be 4th and 1. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Got his man in the middle. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Wants to go up top on first down. He fires one deep down the right side.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Trying to convert this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help?